Alright, first we're going to take off these front wheels. You notice there's no washers next to the bushings on this wheel. You really need one on the outside, because if you don't have that, then this washer that's under the bolt that don't turn gets worn out by the bushing as it rotates. Alright, I want to do the tie rods next. But you need to wipe the grease off of these axles or you just bump into it and get grease on you. That one was already loose on that end. If you turn one of your wrenches over, the handles line up better so you can squeeze them against each other and get more pressure on here when you're trying to loosen bolts. I had this apart earlier. This is a temporary bolt just so I could have the steering shaft in here to steer it while I pushed it around. But now this steering shaft is coming out of there. There's just one bolt here that holds the axle pin in. Next I want to get this Pto Pulley stuff off of here. One of these arms is stuck. Feels like it's the one with the pulley on it here. So on this, you want your pedal in the rearward position to take some of the tension off of the spring. Makes it easier to get it off. So I need to get this linkage off of here so I can work on the one arm that's rusted up. Alright, I thought I had my stuff together, but when I got that side off, I figured out I forgot to turn the camera on. So now I'm on to the other side. Next I'm going to take off the lift lever stop here. On the older wheel horses, you always had to hammer out that roll pin that was in the middle of this shaft to get this thing apart. So this new style is a lot easier to deal with. They made this one side unbolt so you can take the side out. Alright, I need to get the rust out of these threads so I can get this clamp off of here. The original cable's gone, so I'll have to come up with a different one to use. So these kind of parts, like these footrests, wouldn't really have to come off, but I like taking them off just so I can clean all the parts and make sure they're not stuck. Alright, so it is stuck. Sometimes when they're stuck bad enough, I just leave them on there and clean around it. It depends on what it is. I'm going to try a wrench on this one. You don't really want to hammer on your casting because you might break it. If we put a wrench around this beefy section here, you got less chance of breaking it. And you want to try moving it back and forth first. Alright, same thing on the other side. Now I'm going to get this clutch pedal off. So this is a spring removal tool. Forget where I got it. Probably Napa or someplace like that. Sure helps out when you need one. Well, there should be a cotter pin somewhere in this glob of grease. Got to get that out of there. This is the parking brake lever. Need to get that off of there. Well, that's as far as I'm going to go this time. And this is what it looks like. So I'm going to keep going. I'll get down to the transmission, start cleaning parts and put it back together. Alright, that's it.